Hello, Pepe here again. I have the reputation of picking the best days of the year to, pull engines out. Yeah, it's like, I live in Vancouver, and that's my bus. Another project, and it doesn't snow that much, but it has very mild winter this year, and somehow I just end up choosing the stupid day that is going to snow. Anyways, the other day when I started recording the videos, it was like -4, which for the rest of Canada they are laughing on me. Of course, I understand. That's fine. But I come from South America, where it's like the coldest day is like +4. So yeah, you need to understand. Just give me a little bit of slack. Anyhow, so here it is. In the previous videos I was showing that there was a piece here that I wasn't sure that it will come out. It comes out. It's just that it looked tight, like if it had pinch welds and stuff like that. But that's what I thought at some point, like this one, for example. I think that's how they're called. My vocabulary is in English of this stuff is like I'm still learning. Anyhow, so that came out. I was able to take the AC radiator. It was empty, so I didn't have to destroy the environment to do that. I clean up. I dropped some oil there, but I put it all in one bucket, you see. And I did something really stupid that you shouldn't do. I broke this tub, and this is cast aluminum, so I'm going to try to weld that in, but I think I can pull a bolt in and put it together. It's not a big deal because this basically stays there, so I can put a big washer and it's still going to hold the back there. It's going to be fine. But I was using the impact in it, and I forgot to undo this bolt. I mean, actually I didn't know that this bolt has to be undone, and then I realized, hey, wait a second, actually I need to undo this so that it slides up and down here. So I was like with the impact trying to release it and cracked it, and I don't think I damaged this one, so I think it's fine. But anyhow, trying to find this piece in Vancouver of these these Delicas that were never imported will be really hard, and I think that this is particularly for this engine, so it will have to be from another Delica. I will try to find one. Maybe I will find one. I mean, anyhow, so I remove all that, all the hoses, cooling hoses, you see, all those, the bottom radiator hose and the cooling transmission cooling hoses, the AC rad, clean it all here, and so I'm ready to get into the motor mounts there, which are far. So I'm going to jack the Delica, put it on those ramps there, and so I will have even more clearance, and I will be able to get into the back. A few things that I noticed though is that I think, so these pulleys are, you can hear a little bit the bearing. So in my experience, when you can hear the bearing like that, that means it's going to make noise at some point. So I'm going to have to replace these two, this one and this one. Hopefully I will find a number there and replace it. Hopefully they will have it locally, so I don't have to do anything. So I will have to replace that. And there was a wire here connected to this connector. I'm going to have to figure out what it is. It's connected to only one for some reason, and they ran that green cable over here. I have no idea. That's electrical digital stuff, and I broke the freaking oil pressure sensor connector because it was stuck there. But that's not a big deal. So I'm about to get into the bottom here and undo the motor mounts. There is a bunch of older cables that I need to connect, which I'm not worried right now about. One thing I found was that they recommend to put a support in the transmission in the back there. So when you lift up the engine this way, you put a transmission there, block. So you leave the transmission in the angle that the engine came out. So when it goes in, because it's going to go in like this, and then that angle there, if you keep it, will be really easy to align the transmission. So yeah, so now I'm going to undo this Take this hose out. This is empty already, so I'd empty it all out and do that. What else? I already disconnected the fuel, so that's disconnected. This is loose too, but I left it there because I didn't want to drip. And I already disconnected the AC compressor here. All this is, I mean, you don't need, if you don't know how to do this, that means you are the wrong person to watch this video. Well, unless you want to see how I screw it up big time, and that actually gives you some pleasure. So that's fine, you can watch the video then. So this doesn't need explanation. There's bolts there, and you undo them, and you know they're still there. You see, there's right there. So anyhow, so basically you need to undo. I'm not following exactly the book. I just kind of know what things I had to remove. And pretty much you need to remove everything that is going to be connected to the engine, and that's it. So I will have to remove all those hoses in the back, and connectors for the computer. I think that there is a bunch actually. There's like 7 or 8 around this area here. So yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. Air box too, I will take it out. Yeah, so I'm almost ready. So I'm going to try to record the motor mounts, but that's going to be hard. We'll see. While I was taking this thing, what is it called? I forgot. The power steering pump reservoir was now there. So I was looking around. Okay, I was like, okay, I need that. You know, I was looking to see what I'm going to need to have an idea. And then I start spinning this, and look, I think that the water pump is right back here. Look at it. This. I already bought it, but still. No, you can't really see that. Let's see here. Nope, you don't see the play. Not there, like this. I will leave it here, and you can see how it moves. You see the play? It goes back and forth, back and forth. You see that? That's bad. And you can hear the bearing. So that means it's about to die, like soon. There were some noises, you know, when it was cold and all that, and you know that's usually when, you know, belts and bearings make noise and so on. So I'm guessing it was about the right time to do this. So yeah, if funny enough, this could be a negative thing for someone, but for me this is pretty good, because like I said, there's no need to remove the whole engine to do this job, the head gasket job, and the timing belt that I was going to do. But because it's so bloody damn tight, and I wanted to replace all the cables and all that, you know, and all the seals that I had, well, I was going to remove the engine anyways. But this is one of the reasons why, I mean, if you do the timing belts, you have to remove this anyways. So you will notice this, hopefully. So anyway, so this is one of those things that it's like, okay, well, yeah, you know, it's worth doing. And the other thing I noticed that there's tons of rust, and this thing was rust free. Now, all this surface rust and all that, I parked it like 6 months on top of grass, and now all the bottom there is all rusted. It's crazy. These things have to be treated, you know, otherwise they rust out. And you know, and look at this is supposed to be white. It's all dry. The paint is terrible, you know, it's all so cooked. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually unbolt. Once I'm done here, I'm going to clean up this. It's going to look like a bloody showroom, and then I'm going to take this off. I'm going to pour 15 everything here, everything, all the axle side, everything is going to be pour 15. So this is going to end up black with a brush. I don't give a shit. You don't see that. I want to protect it. I don't want to get all those things rusted. I don't want that. I want this to last a long time. So that's going to be all pour 15, everything, all here. It's going to be pour 15. I'm not going to leave it with that white paint. Look at it, it's just terrible. It's like it's supposed to be painted. How is it supposed to, like, you know, rust there? It's just terrible. This and these things are notorious to rust, like in spots down there. There is a little hole right there, not a hole, but it's like the rust is falling. So it's like you can tell that this thing, if you leave it like that in 5 more years, it's going to have a huge hole. So I'm going to pour 15 all that. I will treat it before with something that's called what is it called, rust I can't, well, I will show you later, but anyways, they sell it on Canadian Tire. And you spray it as a gel, and you know the gel kind of runs and then leaves this white black coating on it. You rinse it with water, dry it, boom, pour 15, end of story, and 30 more years and it doesn't rust. I have seen cars done 20 years ago, same idea, using some phosphoric acid and then pour 15 on top of it. You never rust again, never. So when they tell you, oh, you need to replace the metal, yes. When it's pitted, yes, sure, you need to do that. If there is a hole, you need to do that. But if there is still some meat to it, you can actually do that with pour 15. Anyways, I will show you another video with that, but I will continue. I'm going to leave now the put it on ramps, the Delica, so I can get under and see how it goes. Well, another mistake. So this clip goes in this connector, which is the TPS, throttle position sensor, and it holds in place. It kind of goes under these little tabs there, you know. Well, it was really brittle, and so when I removed the clip and then I pulled the connector, one side broke. So yeah, so I guess that, you know, I will have to figure it out how to fix it, or maybe get this connector. That's going to be, it might be possible to get this connector somewhere, but anyways, it's pretty brittle. It's like, the plastic is really hard. So that thing to note. Another thing to take in consideration, it looks like some people said that you had to remove this guy to get the clearance. I mean, you see the clearance there. It's like once you lift the engine, it's going to hit here. Maybe you can slide it forward first and up. We'll see.